You know about the Nissan GT-R? Well, you can't afford that, most likely. What's up guys, it's Chris with AutoMotivate. Buying a car to modify is pretty tough, so I did the research for you. Here are 5 modified cars under 5K. Number 1 is a Nissan 350Z. Being the 5th generation of the Z, what is not to love about this fair lady? This car starts with 287 horsepower and 20 to 26 miles per gallon, which isn't bad for a sporty car. Of course, it comes with a 6-speed manual. The 350Z is a popular car to modify, and there are many options for aftermarket parts. With upgraded suspension, wheels, exhaust, cold air intake, you can add more than 20 horsepower. With that added horsepower, you'll also need upgraded brakes. In the long run, this car is worth your while. I would be afraid to race against this car. Number 2 is a BMW 328 E36. From 1991 to 1998, this car is becoming harder to find in good condition. So look hard. This car is old, yet it is still in style and looks better than the majority of the new cars on the road. Nevertheless, this is definitely an awesome car to play around with. Starting with 190 horsepower and 20 to 28 miles per gallon, this is a little quick car. I definitely recommend upgrading the cooling system and shock bushings. If you're buying this car as a toy and want to drift it at a track, it is easily done with some suspension upgrades and a welded diff. You will burn through tires and hop through corners, but who hasn't thought about having a drift car? I would have a spare open diff in case the welded diff goes to shit. Number 3 is a Mustang. I'm talking about the 4th Gen Mustang, preferably one that hasn't been crashed. This car came with a V6 and V8. Go for the V8. There is no excuse to go for the non-muscle car engine. It has 190 horsepower to 260 horsepower and 20 to 29 miles per gallon, if that matters for anything. This 4.6 cast iron V8 block is suited to handle some awesome power with the proper modifications. If you are wanting to get 600 plus horsepower, it's recommended to upgrade to the 96 to 99 Cobra or the 93 to 98 Lincoln Mark 8 test kit aluminum block. Which was produced by Ford by Ferrari. There are many modifications to make this car a beast. Just don't crash it. Number 4 is the Mazda Miata. The Mazda Miata is a nice, small, cheap car that can produce decent, affordable power. And being one of the most popular cars to modify, there are a number of aftermarket parts to choose from. Any Miata is great. It's all down to your personal preference. But bolt in a supercharger and you are good to go. With some aesthetic mods, this car can look very clean as well. With a cold air intake and exhaust, this car can produce decent power. Then you slap on a supercharger, this will be all the power you need. If that's not enough, there are engine swap kits. Number 5 is a Subaru Impreza WRX. I'm going to talk about the Bugeyes because they are my favorite out of all the Subarus. Rated at 227 horsepower and 20 to 27 miles per gallon, this is an awesome car. The WRX delivers both power and agility for a bargain. There are parts for this car everywhere, solid platform, and they can outlast many of its German competitors in my opinion. And you should be neck to neck with any BMW 330i. Alright, that's all guys. If you're interested in me going through some modifications and the prices for each car in the video, or any car you like, let me know in the comment section down below. This is a tough list to pick from, but I think I would pick the Mazda Miata, only because it's my personal preference. I like smaller cars and Miata is pretty reliable, even after supercharging it. Well, go ahead and press that subscribe button if you haven't already. This is AutoMotivate. Drive safely guys.